Okay, let's unpack this. We've received a truly fascinating and I would argue an urgently necessary stack of sources detailing what the world of professional job seeking looks like right now.
Right.
And the picture they paint is it's no longer about human judgment. It's intensely automated and algorithmic.
That's the critical pivot. That's really the
Yeah.
whole thing. The rules of engagement have fundamentally changed.
Yeah.
If you are applying for professional roles today using the same strategies that worked even 3 or 4 years ago, your efforts are, I mean, for the most part, almost certainly obsolete.
So our mission in this deep dive is, well, it's twofold. First, we really need to dissect this new silent gatekeeper in the job market, artificial intelligence, and understand its logic.
We have to.
And second, and this is the most important part for you, the listener, we are providing the exact actionable framework to transition yourself from being seen as a financial liability, a cost center,
Mhm.
to becoming a highly desirable profit center asset.
We have to approach this like we're reverse engineering a machine.
Mm.
If we can understand the cold, I mean, the absolutely ruthless logic of the system that's doing the screening,
Right.
then we can tailor our approach to not just pass the test, but to signal a different kind of value entirely, a value the machine is actually looking for.
To bring the immediacy of this change home, our source opens with just a perfect and frankly chilling anecdote. It's the story of Ming.
Yeah, story really hits hard.
Ming is a designer, and the contrast in her job-seeking experiences is it's a perfect microcosm of this entire shift.
It really is. It highlights the complete loss of the human touch, even in the act of rejection.
Okay, so let's start back in 2021.
Right. So back in 2021, Ah Ming applied for her first major design job. She describes taking the subway, walking into a physical office,
A real place.
a real place with real people, and she met the HR representative, a smiling figure the source describes as an elder sister.
I love that detail.
And that person actually took the time, the human, slow time, to flip through Ah Ming's massive 17-page portfolio.
17 pages. I mean, can you even imagine that today? Someone sitting there, page by page. That's an investment of human time and attention.
A huge investment.
Mhm.
And even the rejection was relational. It was human.
What did they say?
The HR representative gave her conversational feedback. Your work is great, but you lack sufficient experience. We want to see how you evolve. Go home and wait for news.
So it was almost like a moment of mentorship, even in failure, a human connection.
Exactly. That kind of interaction where a human spends 10 or 15 minutes reviewing materials and providing some kind of soft, encouraging feedback,
Yeah.
it simply doesn't exist for most entry-level screening anymore. It's gone.
Okay, so now flash forward just 4 years. It's 2025.
Right. Amin now has 4 years of rock-solid experience under her belt. And we're talking significant achievements.
So
Over 300 brand visual identities, over 1,000 posters. This is a seasoned professional. So she applies for a new role, confidently expecting a great salary bump, immediate respect. And what happens?
she gets nothing.
Worse than nothing. She doesn't get an email from a person. She doesn't get a phone call. She gets a cold, single-line pop-up message on her screen.
What does it say?
System automatically screened. Skills do not match job requirements.
Wow. And here is the fact that should just floor everyone listening. The data our source provided shows the artificial intelligence took only 0.7 seconds to reject that portfolio.
Less than a second.
Less than a blink. It threw the application, her 4 years of work, into the digital recycling bin without a single human HR representative ever seeing it.
Let alone reviewing the 300 brand VIs.
And the source describes, we're just standing on the subway, seeing that single line and feeling this profound, sudden coldness.
That's the moment, right there. It crystallized the feeling of being left behind by the era. Rejected not by a person assessing merit, but by an algorithm assessing keywords.
And this is so crucial. This is not just a designer's problem.
Not at all. The source is explicit. This feeling of algorithmic rejection is a collective nightmare that cuts across all professional tracks.
So we're talking coders, operations manager.
Marketers, product managers, designers. The system, it doesn't discriminate based on industry. The logic is the same everywhere.
So the fundamental shift is this. Hiring is now screened by AI first.
That's it. If you fail that 0.7-second AI test, the door slams shut before the human decision maker even opens their inbox. If you aren't optimizing for the machine,
You're optimizing for nothing.
you're just wasting your time.
Wow. Okay, so once we sort of absorb the emotional and professional impact of Ming's story, The cold logic demands we look at the numbers.
We have to.
We have to transition into the brutal reality of these automated tracking systems, the ATS.
And we should probably just define that for a second. For anyone who isn't steeped in HR tech, ATS stands for Automated Tracking System. These are the software tools used by, virtually all large companies and most mid-sized firms to scan, rank, and filter resumes based on algorithms and keywords.
They're the bouncers at the front door.
They are the frontline gatekeepers, exactly. And the statistics they generate are absolutely ruthless.
Okay, let's hear them.
They confirm that these ATS systems are not just filtering for relevant experience. They are actively designed to eliminate candidates at a massive impersonal scale.
And it all starts with the timing. That 0.7 seconds.
Let's just nail that down first.
Yeah.
Our source confirms that frightening metric. A resume spends an average of 0.7 seconds in the ATS.
Can we just pause on that? A human eye blink takes about, what, a third of a second?
Right. So this system is making a life-altering decision about your professional future in the time it takes to sneeze. Maybe twice.
It's unbelievable. So if you don't instantly satisfy its criteria...
Which is usually keyword density, matching phraseology from the job description.
Yeah, it's specific.
Formatting, you're digitally evaporated. Gone. And that speed, that incredible speed, leads directly to the stunning mass rejection rate.
Okay, what's the number?
The data shows that between 70% and 90% of candidates are rejected without ever reaching a human HR's mouse click.
Wait, say that again? Up to 90%.
Up to 9 out of every 10 applications are immediately sentenced to digital death before a pair of human eyes can even determine true merit or potential.
9 out of 10. That statistic alone completely justifies rethinking everything we thought we knew about applying for jobs.
Of course. The sheer volume of applications hitting these companies means the human HR team needs this automation just to survive.
But the consequence is catastrophic for the average applicant who doesn't know the new rules.
And this gate is narrowing even further because of market dynamics. The source mentions a really compelling campus recruitment example.
Okay.
While applications surged by 40% so, more competition than ever.
Right, more people fighting for jobs.
The actual hiring capacity, the HC, it simultaneously shrunk by 30%.
Oh, that's a double squeeze.
It's a brutal double squeeze. More people are fighting for drastically fewer positions, all filtered through this tiny 0.7-second gate.
So the conclusion is just, it's inescapable. The few remaining positions are no longer reserved for the pure human expert.
No, they are exclusively for the human plus AI combination. A company sees one person who knows how to utilize AI as having the potential output of 4, 5, maybe 6 pure manual experts from the previous era.
And that's the cold math driving the whole system.
It is. And this is where the business logic gets crystal clear and, frankly, quite brutal. Companies are applying this ruthless cost-benefit analysis.
And the source has this great metaphor for it.
A brilliant, memorable metaphor. The porcelain bowl versus the titanium alloy bowl.
I love this because it just clarifies the entire cost equation instantly.
Why would a modern company pay 4 salaries for 4 fragile old porcelain bowls?
And the porcelain bowls are the manual experts.
Yes. The people who require constant management are prone to error, take sick days, and whose output is always linear. 1 unit at a time gets you 1 unit of work.
When they can instead pay 1 salary.
For one unbreakable titanium alloy bowl, the AI-augmented expert, whose output is massive, consistent, scalable, and requires way less managerial overhead.
So AI isn't just taking the bowl, it's changing the material of the bowl itself.
That's the perfect way to say it. And this new titanium material demands continuous learning, systems thinking, command capability, and leveraged output, not just task competence.
So if you show up with 5 years of experience mastering the porcelain bowl, the system flags you.
Instantly. And the person who cannot master this new material, who can't prove they can hold the titanium bowl, they don't even get the basic courtesy of picking up crumbs near the table.
It's just rejection.
And the tragic irony, as we saw with Ming, is that the more you rely on 5 years of that pure manual experience, the kind of deep dedication that was once prized, the more the AI sees you as low efficiency, lacking potential for upgrade, and unnecessary for the next round. That dedication is being penalized precisely because it's predictable, definable, and therefore perfectly substitutable by automation.
So your past effort is fine, your past dedication is admirable, but under these new AI rules, it is fundamentally insufficient.
Insufficient unless it is accompanied by demonstrated leverage. We have to confront this harsh truth to transition successfully.
Understanding those brutal metrics leads us directly into the the underlying calculation the machine is making.
Right.
We need to move beyond just the surface-level keywords and understand the four cold reasons you're being rejected.
And it is absolutely crucial to internalize this.
Hmm.
This is not about a lack of merit.
Yeah.
It's not that you're not good enough.
No.
It's based on a fundamental, cold, and entirely logical business calculation made by the machine, prioritizing efficiency and scale above all else.
Okay, let's dissect the first lock dropping. This one is, I think, the most terrifying for an established professional.
I agree.
Reason one, replaceability. They call it the can I do this test.
And this is a total paradigm shift.
Yeah.
The ATS doesn't check for quality. It checks for substitutability.
Different?
Well, think of it like this. When a human HR person reviews a resume, they're looking for evidence of excellence, creativity, dedication qualities that are often subjective and require deep context.
Okay.
When the ATS scans your 5 years of dedicated experience, it is looking for definable, repeatable processes. It asks itself one cold question. Can I, the AI, do this myself or quickly learn to do this?
And if the answer is yes, you're out.
Immediately disqualified.
Yeah.
The source makes this visceral point. The more purely manual and professional your experience is.
So the more standardized your tasks are, like generating routine reports, basic coding, template-driven marketing campaigns.
Exactly. The more you resemble, and this is a quote, fat waiting to be dissected by automation.
Wow. That's a harsh phrase.
It's harsh, but it's accurate. You become a clear target for elimination because your role is perfectly definable and therefore perfectly automatable. You are a known quantity with a predictable output.
So it's the predictability that makes you vulnerable.
That's the first layer of cruelty. Your past success becomes your current vulnerability.
Okay, moving to the second reason, which fundamentally alters the whole compensation model. Reason two, the shift from hard work to command.
Right. We need to look at what companies are now paying a premium for. In the past, a high salary meant one person doing the work of three.
Just sheer output, right? Linear effort multiplication. You work longer, harder, you get paid more.
But now, in the AI era, a high salary means one person commanding AI to do the work of 30, or 50, or 100.
So your value is no longer just what you can produce with your own two hands?
Not at all. It's now entirely determined by the multiplication effect of you multiplied by AI.
And if you just present yourself as a hard worker, a 1x operator, when your competitors are presenting themselves as 10x commanders, the system flags you as a risk.
A huge risk. If you can't demonstrably use AI to amplify output, the company sees you as a manual old machine. Slow, difficult to upgrade, high cost, high risk in an accelerated market.
You're a liability.
A massive liability. This requires a major mental shift for everyone. The value is no longer in the doing, it's in the commanding.
Which leads us directly into reason three, outdated direction of effort.
Yeah. It's not that the effort or your specialty are irrelevant. The problem is that your output relies solely on personal linear effort, which demonstrates a hard ceiling on your growth potential.
So the old way of evaluating was just based on your ability and the time you put in.
Right. If you could demonstrate 5 years of dedicated skill mastery, you got the job. But the new AI era evaluation standard is a precise, quantified formula.
And what's the formula?
It's value. Ability A tools X speed.
Ability times tools times speed.
And this is the critical gap the ATS is trained to spot. Many candidates only present ability. They list the software they know, the tasks they've completed.
But they fail to show the other two parts.
Exactly. They fail to show the tool and methodology to amplify that ability 10 times. They show they can drive the car, but not that they can build an assembly line to build 10 cars at once.
And the machine interprets that lack of amplification
As a signal of limited growth curve. If your speed is limited by your biological capacity, how fast your fingers can type, how many hours you can stay awake, you've peaked, according to the ATS.
You've demonstrated a linear, not an exponential capacity for growth.
And that's a red flag.
And finally, we hit the bottom line. Reason four, the core commercial logic, cost center versus profit center. This is just simple accounting, isn't it? Stripped of all human sentiment.
It's the simplest math there is. It boils down to a fundamental investment decision.
Manual labor, the person who can only do one task per hour, is a cost center.
A necessary expenditure that ideally needs to be minimized or eliminated.
Whereas AI-amplified output, the person who can command the machine to do 10 tasks per hour, is a profit center.
A source of exponential, scalable return on investment.
A position is no longer a slot on an org chart. It's an investment decision.
That's it. If you, the human, cannot deliver growth or value that exceeds your salary by commanding the machine, then the machine, the subscription fee, the server cost is always, always cheaper than you are.
So you have to create value that substantially exceeds your cost. And in this era, that threshold has just moved dramatically higher.
Right. And when you combine these four locks, replaceability, lack of command, linear effort, and being a sheer cost center,
The doors slam shut in zero point 0.7 seconds.
the machine sees the profile, runs the formula, and calculates the risk. It's not that the old version of you is bad.
It's that the old version is completely expired.
Expired in the face of exponential competition.
Okay. Understanding those four reasons is the key to creating the proper offense and defense. And this is where we shift our focus entirely to packaging, how you present yourself.
Exactly.
We're going to look at the tale of two resumes. This is the synthesis of everything we just discussed.
And the essential change is this. The same person, with the exact same base qualifications, can experience two vastly different professional fates based entirely on how they frame their work.
It's all about framing, from tasks completed to impact and scale created.
Through automation and command.
Let's start with the first type, the old version, the one that relies on self-labor. This is the resume that Ming probably submitted in 2025.
Yeah, this is the standard resume we were all taught to write just a few years ago. It prioritizes diligence and time served.
So the content is what? It's perfectly professional, but predictable.
Completely predictable. It lists software mastery, proficient in Adobe Suite, Python, SQL. It emphasizes execution of standard processes, managed Q3 reporting cycle, executed marketing strategy.
Right. It highlights independent work, completed Project X on time and under budget. It basically screams hard work, professionalism, and reliability.
All good things in theory.
But the AI interpretation is immediate and brutal.
I can do all this faster, cheaper, more consistently, and I never get tired. The AI treats this as a list of tasks it is fully capable of executing better and more scalably than the human applicant.
So the key traits here are reliance on a simple skill list.
An output that relies purely on time and hours spent, and the inherent need to rely on overtime just to meet new demands. This is the source of modern professional anxiety.
In their fatal flaw.
They lack any irreplaceable label. They are fully transparent to the ATS. They are a known, manageable, and replaceable commodity.
Okay, now let's pivot entirely. Let's look at the second type, the new version, the one that commands AI to labor.
If Ming had submitted this version, the result would have been entirely different. The structure, the language, the focus, it's completely transformed.
This content focuses relentlessly on what?
Impact and scale, not on tasks. It doesn't even mention the software they use unless it's linked to an amplification tool or a system they build.
And the source provides some really powerful examples of this reframing.
They're so good. Instead of saying, implemented new CRM features, they say, used AI workflow to compress the customer onboarding design cycle from 7 days to 8 hours.
Wow, that's the difference between a task and a systemic transformation.
Or, instead of just stating proficient in data analysis, it's automated 70% of mechanical data scrubbing work using DeepSeek, freeing up 20 hours weekly for strategic interpretation.
They're showing the leverage. They're showing the time they save.
Exactly. Another powerful one. Use proprietary models for competitive analysis 10x faster than manual methods, providing executive teams with 10-minute multi-angle competitive analyses during weekly calls.
Notice the time metric there, 10 minutes, is the selling point, not the analysis itself.
It's the speed. And this last one is the direct profit center statement. By integrating GMO AI and our existing Photoshop licenses, single-person output is now quantified as equaling the former 6-person team capacity.
And it expands business capabilities, not just supplements manpower.
They aren't showing off their mastery of Photoshop. They are showing off the multiplication factor they bring to the table.
The message is simple, delivered with surgical precision. Me multiplied by AI equals irreplaceability.
And the AI, scanning this resume, it doesn't see a competitor. It sees a collaboration opportunity.
The interpretation changes.
It changes from, I can replace this person, to this person is a system architect who can turn me, the AI, into a mass production tool. They are the ones who can maintain the titanium bulb.
And what does the human employer see when it finally gets to their desk?
They see a verifiable profit point that lets me hire 3 fewer people. The candidate is immediately flagged as a massive asset.
So the key traits for this new version are ability amplified 10x or more.
Active scheduling and commanding of AI, not passive work. The tools work overtime, not the person.
And they are immediately viewed as an asset, not a cost.
And this is the profile that bypasses the 0.7-second filter and makes it straight to the executive review desk.
So we've identified the problem, we've adopted the necessary mindset shift, and we've seen how to reframe the evidence.
Right.
Now for the most crucial part, the actionable framework. We dive into the three-step path to becoming an AI amplifier.
And the core truth guiding this is simple. The AI era only eliminates those who rely purely on human linear effort.
So the goal of this framework is to move you deliberately from a linear cost profile to an exponential profit profile.
That's it.
Okay, step one, delegate mechanical labor to AI. Focus on decisions.
And the principle here is the ultimate career counterintuitive idea.
What's that?
The more mechanical your work is, the easier you are replaced. Therefore, the more mechanical work you successfully delegate to the machine, the harder you become to replace.
That requires a ruthless reevaluation of every single task you do every day.
Everything. If it can be done by a tool, it must be done by a tool. You must shift your role from executor to commander or decision maker.
And this isn't about being lazy.
No, it's about upgrading your focus to the tasks that only you, the human, can do.
So let's look at specific practical examples from the source. These apply across multiple sectors. So if you're in sales and you write proposals,
You stop writing proposals from scratch. The AI generates 10 different proposal structures based on the client sector and recent news.
and your job is.
Your job is to select the best two, refine the tone, and add the human contextualized closing. You're the editor, the strategist.
Okay, what about design?
In design, if you are stuck creating 5 different style options, you stop doing the bulk creation. AI bulk generates 50 initial styles and directions based on your prompts.
And you focus entirely on the final judgment, artistic refinement, ensuring brand alignment, emotional resonance.
Exactly. Your core value shifts from your execution skill to your strategic judgment skill.
In analysis, you stop crunching the vast spreadsheets.
The AI runs the models, cleans the data, and crunches the numbers first. You focus entirely on judgment, deriving strategic insights, and delivering the conclusions that will change the company's direction.
Even for highly technical roles like coding or reporting.
You no longer write the first draft. AI generates the boilerplate code, the initial structure, the first draft of the compliance report.
And you handle the logic architecture, the high-level security corrections, and injecting the deep strategic insights that the AI couldn't formulate. So the powerful summary of step one is, you must upgrade your time from doing things to making decisions.
The decision-making, the human wisdom, the context, the ethical overlay, and the ultimate strategic judgment, that is where your value now resides, and it is far harder to automate.
Okay, so that's step one. What's next?
Step 2. Transform personal experience into a scalable system, the core gap.
This is where you demonstrate the leverage.
This is the key to proving irreplaceability, because you are offering the company more than just your time. You are offering them a machine you built.
So the old version of the candidate writes, I did X for 3 years, or I know how to do X efficiently.
The new resume content must shift entirely. It has to focus on the system you created. It's not about what you did, but how you automated the execution.
So it shifts to things like, this is my standard operating procedure for X, which requires 90% AI input.
Or, this is the scalable automation flow I built. Or, how I integrated 2 different AI models to amplify my team's research efficiency by 400%.
So your true advantage is not your individual ability to execute a task beautifully anymore?
No. Your advantage is your ability to create an AI amplifiable, repeatable system out of your experience. When a company hires you, they aren't just getting a designer. They're getting a patented, leveraged, automated design process.
And that is truly irreplaceable.
Until someone builds an even better system.
Right. And finally, we move to the measurable result. Step 3, achieve exponential growth from linear cost to indexical profit.
This is the ultimate bottom line. This is the only question that truly matters to the hiring executive.
Which is,
Can this single person eliminate the need to hire 3, 5, or 10 other people?
if your output is linear, doing one more thing requires spending one more unit of time, you are forever chasing the clock and you are forever a cost.
You will eventually be priced out by cheaper AI models. It's inevitable.
But if you use AI, your output becomes exponential, making you an undeniable asset.
We're talking about using your system to generate 10 custom proposals at once, completing a full day's manual work in a single hour, cutting project cycles by 50%.
Or multiplying the output of your entire content team by 5 times without hiring additional staff.
This isn't just profit. This is indexical, scalable profit.
Linear people are replaced by the AI. Exponential people are fought over by the entire industry.
And this framework delegate, systematize, and multiply is the path out of the 0.7-second rejection cycle.
That brings us to the moment where the rubber meets the road.
Yes.
This is the practical application. The source provides what they explicitly call the 60-day open cheat sheet.
And this is not theoretical. It's a step-by-step reverse path. Using tools noted to be permanently free or offer massive free quotas, they specifically mention Gmo AI and DeepSeek.
We should probably just quickly contextualize those tools.
Sure. DeepSeek is a powerful, general-purpose generative AI, so it's excellent for complex analysis, coding, personalized text generation.
And Gmo AI.
Gmo AI is cited as a potent tool for rapid visual identity and design asset generation. These tools are the titanium you are learning to wield.
So this plan is literally a ladder placed at your door, designed to force the behavioral shift necessary to become an AI amplifier in 60 days.
Exactly. So let's break it down. A days, 115. AI co-pilot training.
This is immersion.
It's immersion, and it's the most crucial time for building the command muscle.
The task is deceptively simple but mandatory. Spend a minimum of 1 focused hour daily prompting Gmo AI or DeepSeek.
But the crucial instruction is to use them for actual work tasks. Don't ask philosophical questions. You have to integrate the co-pilot into your existing daily workflow.
So you're not just playing with it.
You are not playing. If you're a marketer, the prompt isn't write an ad. It's analyze the 10 competitor landing pages I just pasted in, identify their core pain point appeals, and generate 5 headline variations for our product that address the lack of those features.
You're using it for real analysis.
You are building the muscle memory for delegation and command, rather than execution. You are learning to trust the machine to do the mechanical work while you manage the strategic oversight.
Okay, that's the first 2 weeks. Then we move into the crucial internal phase, B-Days 1630, the AI-proof resume overhaul.
And the instruction here is harsh, but necessary. Delete the old resume content entirely.
The entire thing.
The entire thing. You are eliminating the evidence that you are replaceable.
You're only keeping the most essential amplified evidence that speaks to leverage.
Exactly. The new resume should only contain high-impact statements, quantified results, and multiplication factors.
Those powerful lines we talked about earlier.
They bear repeating because they are the goal. Used AI workflow to compress design cycle from 7 days to 8 hours. 10-minute multi-angle competitive analysis delivered instantly. Gmo plus PS single-person output equals former 6-person team.
Whoa.
Every single bullet point is a statement of profit, not process.
And here's the real game changer in the source material, the portfolio requirement.
This is my favorite part. The source mandates a specific portfolio structure, a simple Notion page, easily loadable on any device,
Okay.
where the very first screen features a 10-second short video.
10 seconds? Why 10 seconds?
Because the human HR person, if you're lucky, only has a few seconds to review your materials before making a decision.
And why a video?
Because you are proving, not just stating, your exponential capability.
So what's in the video?
That 10-second video must explicitly demonstrate how you can produce 10 executable solutions in 30 minutes.
Okay, give me an example.
If you're a coder, it's generating 10 small functions or scripts based on prompts. If you're a designer, it's 10 distinct style variations for a campaign. If you're a product manager, it's 10 user stories and acceptance criteria based on a single high-level feature request.
So this instantly communicates, I am a lever.
You've passed the ATS screen with your language, and now you overwhelm the human screener with undeniable, quantified proof of profit generation. It's a killer combo.
Okay, moving into the outreach phase. C-Days 3145, mass personalized outreach.
You have the resume. You have the portfolio. Now you need to bypass the bottleneck of those big application portals entirely.
So the strategy is tactical.
Very. You use DeepSeek's powerful generative capabilities to bulk generate 100 highly personalized private messages or DMs aimed at hiring managers, not HR.
100.
100. You prompt DeepSeek with a target company's mission statement, the manager's recent project, your new exponential resume lines, and you ask it to generate 100 unique, non-generic outreach messages.
And the cited results from people using this specific approach are the critical detail here.
The results are astounding. This personalized, high-volume method achieve a remarkable 41% reply rate and a 100% interview rate among those who replied.
100% interview rate.
It's a devastating tactic against the linear applicant. While they are manually tweaking 10 cover letters for 10 jobs, you have hyper-personalized 100 messages that speak directly to the manager's current pain points.
You've cut through the noise using the very tools that screened you out before. Finally, D-Days 4660. Interview domination. This is it. This is where you bring the titanium bowl into the meeting room and prove you can maintain it under pressure.
The preparation strategy is brilliant. Use DeepSeek 5 minutes before the interview. Scrape the company website, their competitors' news, the last 3 press releases.
And then?
Then you prompt the AI to generate 3 specific, custom proposals related to the job description live. This takes 5 minutes. You walk into the interview with fresh, relevant ideas.
And the source gives you a killer question to use.
A killer question. When you're asked any technical or strategic question, you don't just answer with your past experience. You lead with, "Shall I run a demonstration for you right now?"
That is bold.
It's bold, but it moves the interview from a static review of your past to a dynamic, collaborative problem-solving session.
You are demonstrating your exponential capability and your confidence in command.
You are proving in real time that you are not merely a candidate. You are an asset who reduces risk and multiplies output immediately.
This 60-day plan is a complete transformation, from being screened out in 0.7 seconds to dominating the interview with undeniable proof of profit generation.
It shifts you from being a porcelain bowl hoping for crumbs to being the architect of the titanium system itself.
That roadmap is intense, specific, and incredibly valuable. And the source provides the exact starting point for anyone listening right now.
This is the key. This isn't theoretical advice. It's a ladder placed specifically at your door.
The first step is simply opening a general-purpose AI like DeepSeek, copying the core prompt, and beginning the commitment.
Right. The prompt sets the entire program in motion and manages the transition for you.
And the starting prompt is, "You are my AI job-seeking co-pilot. I am a 3-5-year experienced designer.
And listener, you replace designer with your actual career.
And I need to complete the switch from old version, linear output, to new version, exponential command, within 60 days. Please set up a daily check-in plan and accountability structure based on the framework we just discussed."
And that's the trigger. You are outsourcing the management of your career transition to the AI itself.
Which frees up your mental energy to focus on the high-value tasks of command and strategic decision-making.
So, if the hiring funnel is now forcing everyone to become an AI amplifier just to pass the first 0.7 seconds, we have to look ahead. We have to anticipate the next barrier.
Right.
This raises the truly important question. What happens when everyone has mastered these 60-day techniques?
What happens when the ability to command AI to generate 10 proposals in 30 minutes becomes the new baseline proficiency? What then is the next differentiator?
Well, the source material clearly defines the new barrier to entry today as tool proficiency and amplification. But the next unavoidable evolution won't be about tool proficiency itself.
Because that will just become standardized. It'll be expected.
Exactly. No, the next evolution will be about the uniquely human judgment, the wisdom, and the strategic vision required to decide which of the 10 AI-generated options to choose and why.
AI can provide the massive volume of output.
But it cannot yet provide the deep business context, the cultural nuance, or the foresight to select the single optimal path from those 10 options.
Let's think back to Ming. She probably had a unique artistic judgment or a deep empathy for how a brand positioning would affect a specific target market.
Right. And she was spending all her time on execution when her true, irreplaceable value was in the context and the judgment that guided that execution.
So that distinction, the nuanced, non-mechanical judgment that separates a good option from a brilliant, culturally relevant option, that will be the new barrier.
That will be what separates the excellent from the merely proficient commander.
So here is our final provocative thought for you to chew on. If 60 days is all it takes to shift from being a linear cost center to an exponential profit center through specific tool mastery,
what neglected non-mechanical skill do you possess, whether it's high-stakes negotiation, complex interdepartmental empathy, or long-term strategic planning that AI currently cannot replicate?
And now that you know how to command the machine, how can you use your new 10x efficiency gains to focus entirely on mastering that uniquely human advantage?
That is the true definition of future-proofing your career. Now go open DeepSeek and set your 60-day plan in motion.